Welcome back to Fergie's Fab Shop. My name is Derek. In this video, we are going to finally move the Oliver 1365 tractor into the shop so we can work on it. In the very first part of the film here, I will show you the actual moving of the tractor. You borrowed my father-in-law's tractor and was able to get it pulled in to the shop with this. Once we get it into the shop, the second half of the video will be working on the left front hub assembly. So if you remember from a previous video, I showed you that the left front wheel was cambered way out, and that had to do with um, the tractor has the wrong hub assembly on it. So many years ago, this tractor broke. The front hub broke off of it. So my grandfather, instead of repairing it with uh, the proper parts that are supposed to go on there, he found what he had on hand could be adapted and work for it. So he took the hub assembly off of a Oliver 1955 tractor, much larger tractor than this, and was able to um, get it, not perfect, but get it so that it would actually still kind of work. So we are going to take that hub assembly off of there and restore it back to the original 1365 hub assembly, and hopefully we can get it so that it rolls correctly, and then we can split the tractor a little bit easier doing that and repair the transmission. So I will speed through the first part here. I'll kind of speed up this video, but at least you'll get some footage of the tractor getting hauled and put into the shop. So we will bring you back when we're ready to start working on the hub. Thank you.
we'll get a game plan together and figure out how we're going to split this. I might have to take the loader frame off. I think originally I was just going to take those pins loose and split it that way and use the loader frame to actually support it, but I don't know exactly how I'm going to do that, because I'll need to get under there because this frame will want to pick up and probably rest on the oil pan flywheel housing. So we'll come together, we'll figure out a good mounting system, maybe to get some something in here, to some rails or something to help split this. I was thinking of using just my heavy duty industrial machinery skates and some cribbing, but as the kids say, that might be a little bit sketch. So we'll see. We'll bring you back once we kind of figure some things out. Till then, have a good one. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to get in here and try to swap this hub out. I've got a new hub that should work for this. It's the correct part number anyways, it comes out of the book. So I'm going to get this hub off, and then we're going to go and see if what it'll take to get the new hub in. I think I got all the bearings and seals and everything that should get the new hub in there, but if by some act of stupidity I accidentally forgot to do that, then at least now is the time to try to get all that stuff ordered. Now the reason I want to do this now is when I split the tractor, I will be using the front tires to roll forward, plus whatever I have in the back half going up to the transmission to support it. So I don't want this tire cambered all the way in like it is, or is it cambered out? I can't remember. But I don't want it leaning like that or tilting, so that it'll kind of hinder the way that it's gonna want to roll. So we'll get that taken care of, and we'll go from there. So first thing is I'm going to get this tire off. I don't know what size sockets it is, so we'll go with probably a bigger than a 5/8, might be a 3/4. We'll see what it is. We'll be back in a second. Okay, so it's actually a 7/8 socket. If I had $1 for every time I was wrong on choosing a socket, I would probably have $1 billion. Okay, let's go get this off. Alright. Well, hopefully we don't hit the camera in this angle and knock it over. But we'll try the hardest we can not to do that. Let's see if these have loosened up any. Put that PB blaster in there. Alright. Definitely put some anti-seize on there before I put it back in. Alright. Well, it's half the battle right there. Probably a 1/2 inch. Get that cover off, and that should get the castle nut, and we should be able to just take it off from there. Alright, let's see if that's 1/2 inch. Yeah, it seems like a winner. Look at that. Whoever put that on there packed her with a lot of grease. Good thing. Okay, well, let's see what we can do here. I don't know where our pin is. There's the head. There's the tail. There's the gasket. think this is why a fellow wears some gloves, so you get this grease all over him, but oh well. Hasn't hurt me yet. Get that PB blaster off my nice painted floor, because if it works that well on rust, it's got to eat through some paint probably. Alright, let's get a pair of pliers. Alright, now what size do you think that is? I have to reach into my big bag tricks for that one. Here's 1 3/8, and it's not even close. Here's 1.5 inches. Again, not even close. Here's the biggest socket I own, 1 5/8 inches. Bingo. Alright. There's our bearing. There's our other bearing. Let's get some towels so we can lay some stuff out. Because it's more just to keep the floor clean at this point, because I'm probably just going to trash these bearings. They don't want to come off and they need to get pulled. Oh, there she comes. Alright. Well, get it on there. Of course, I leave all the new parts in the house where they've been sitting for the last year. Doesn't look too bad. There's a little bit of the pitting on there. It almost looks like someone's been grinding on there. It looks like it comes off. It's got a little lip right there. Don't mark it up too much. Alright, well, we got plenty far in this one. And I'm going to put this nut back on there to protect those threads, and then we'll get back to this probably in a little bit, but we might be able to get a little bit done here before I gotta go. I gotta clean up too, so. Alright. Okay, well, let's go get the new spindle and the new hub, and we'll get those installed on here, and then we can get the tire put back on. Alright, welcome back. Okay, so what we're going to do today, it's a new day by the way, we are going to change this hub out, and I'm also going to go and change the spindle out as well. I have noticed that this spindle is quite a bit different than the spindle over on the other side. I don't know if you can see the difference, but it looks like when this side broke, and I can't remember the whole circumstance behind it, my grandfather actually took the spindle off of the 1955 Oliver that he had sitting around, and that's where the hub came off of that as well. And I think what they did is modified this spindle, meaning they cut it apart and welded it together so that it would work, because they need the spindle shaft for, which is kind of specific to the Oliver 1365, but they needed the spindle hub interface there, whatever you want to call it, to adapt for this hub. So that's why I think there's so much grinding and some other stuff that's in there. My thoughts of reusing this hub or this spindle is I'm quickly learning that that's probably not the best idea. So since we do have a new hub, or a new spindle and a new hub, which is over here with all the hardware and everything that has to go with it, we're just going to get all new stuff over in here. So off camera I came out and soaked a bunch of stuff in PB Blaster, so hopefully it shouldn't be too painful to get this stuff disassembled and driven out of here, and we'll see if my son can help out a little bit, get his hands dirty, and then yeah, we'll get this new hub put on there, and then we can start working on the splitting this tractor.
Oh yeah, by the way, he's making me do all of this.
I'm not making you do all the work. You're here to observe and learn. So, all right, first thing we're gonna do is probably we're gonna take the steering arm off so that we can get this pounded out and down through. Okay, well, I didn't anticipate that happening. My memory card on my camera here ran full, so I had to go into the house there and get a new one, but I think now we're ready to finally get after it. There you go. That's what happens when you soak things in PB Blaster. Now we gotta use a little bit of friendly persuasion. And looks like see. This comes out easy. Oh, look at that. Alright. Well, doesn't look too bad. It's got some rust in there down by where the bushing is. You can see, I think that's where they cut out the original and welded in this piece here for that hub, and that's partially, I think, why when the tractor was sitting there the tire was cambered way out. But alright, we'll take a look down in here. Oh yeah, I don't know how well you can see down in there, but doesn't look too horrible. So we'll see. Probably gotta see if we can get that bushing out of there on top.
Probably have to get all the grease out of there.
Yeah, maybe. But we got new bushing, so I don't mind if I destroy that bushing, getting it out, and then. Okay, well, we got our work cut out ahead of us, so let's try to
Clean it out.
let's get that top one out first. Okay, went and got an assortment of punches. Let's get these light out of my eyes. Down here on the work surface. Looks like I got a bit of room there to I guess. There we go. I think that'll give us a little better view of what we're doing here. Try not to whack you with the hammer, I guess. surface that it's going to go on to, but I guess we'll clean that up a little bit. Probably with some emery cloth and yes. Either my arm will give up or we'll get this out. Well, there goes my thrust washer, thrust bearing. Alright, well, let's see what we can do here. Clean that up a little bit. Don't have any regular parts cleaner on hand, so we'll just use some PB Blaster. That should work a little bit anyways. So I'm going to run a towel, shop rag down through there. Clean a lot of that junk out. I'll tell you, one of the things that's handy is these plastic tops off of these, oh, you get those disposable tins for take desserts and stuff.
And they're probably only like 99 cents.
Well, you can get, they're not too expensive, but usually we use the tin and we don't use the tops, so we have all these tops sitting around. And I like to repurpose them in the shop here so we can
Use them for
stuff
oil.
like this. Okay, well, I was able to dig up a Dremel, and of course I think my son ran away with the flashlight. But let me see. Alright, well, at least got that burr off there. There's still a spot right there that might cause us some trouble. Feels a lot better though. I know you can't feel it on camera, but okay, let's try to hit this a little more. Alright, that feels a lot better. I think that's gonna work. So we'll clean that up and then we'll see if we can drive our new bushing in there. Yeah, that looks pretty good in there. It's not too bad. It's nice using the Dremel because then you can kind of put a little bit more finesse on it and not take off too much. Throw on there. That might work. And then once we get that done, we'll go and we'll start working more on this thrust washer. Okay, well, I was unable to find my assembly lube, so I have some of this. Shouldn't take much. Okay, now we will get our button. You just want to give it a tap, tap, tap. Wonder if I got something better to drive that with. Whacking the surface, anyways. I'm sure they make a proper tool for this, but I'm usually not one for proper tools. bit proud. Still kind of sticking up right there. Alright, I feel a lot better. Alright, well, now this thrust, again. Alrighty, we'll see if we can get that. I'll get the camera down there so you can look at that a little bit better. I'm going to clean up my surface here so I'm not laying in grease and dirt. I'll probably go get my creeper if I can find it. A lot of times the kids surf around the shop in it, so it can walk off and go all different places. But let's get this cleaned up. I'll bring you back once I get this cleaned up. You guys don't need to wash that. Okay, so we're gonna bring you down here. See if you can see in here. So here's the thrust bearing surface. I think that's the other surface. There's two of them in there. You can almost see where it is. So there is a snap ring that fits in there that finally gave up, or at least it looks like that's a snap ring or something, I don't know. But I'll see if I can get this piece out, get that cleaned up, and then we can get the new one in there. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Get that rest of that ring out at any rate. Thrust bearing or whatever you want to call it. There it comes. Oop. There's a piece of it anyways. Well, it's probably the wrong angle. I'm trying to get this at. Just hitting your fingers, it's always fun. And there's the other piece. Alright, well. Oh, there she comes, look at that. Well, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Now I can just clean that up, put that new cup back up in there, and call her good. In the meantime, we have hit another snag in the operation, and I'll turn you around here so we can...
Fortunately, while moving the camera around, I knocked the audio off again. I think I loosened the microphone cable enough where it quit picking up sound. But in this clip I'm showing you how I ordered the wrong spindle for my tractor. So there's two different styles of spindle, or two different versions I should say. There is a 230 millimeter long shank, and then there is a 275 millimeter long shank. And you have to measure the axle tube when ordering, which I did not. So I need the longer 275 millimeter shank spindle for this tractor. I contacted the company and they said, since I purchased this a couple years ago and I'm just now getting around to putting it on, I am outside of my return window or exchange window for it. So they are a Canadian company, and if I were to order the spindle that should work on this, the 275 millimeter, the tariffs that are now in place between Canada and the United States would be more than the cost of getting a new spindle. So I was able to find another company in the United States that sells a 275 millimeter long spindle, and they, even though the price of the spindle was a little bit more, it's still cheaper because I don't have to pay the tariff to bring it into the country. So I have that ordered. It should be here sometime next week, and then I will get another video up of installing the new spindle and getting the hub put on, and then we can get the new tire put on there and have it back on 4 tires once again. Once we do that, then we will prep the tractor so that we can split it and hopefully get the transmission out in the next couple videos after that. So my plan was to get the tractor split, get the transmission fixed, and get it back up and running before Christmas, but I don't think that's going to actually happen. But we'll just keep working and we'll see what happens. So until next time, thank you for watching Fergie's Fab Shop. I'm Derek, and I appreciate you. Take care.
But I